Let's begin by settling into a comfortable seat, feeling into how we sit, either on our cushion or block or chair, and making sure that whatever choice we make is comfortable for the body. Some of us may find sitting uncomfortable, and you can come to standing or even lying down on your back in constructive rest. We want to come to a place where we can settle and tune our gaze inward. In yoga, this is the practice of pratyahara, turning the senses inward. As we do so, we begin to feel into the inner landscape. We notice tensions or strains in the body, and we invite them to relax and to release. We may not have even known they were there. We may take deeper breaths, inviting the nourishing qi into the lower dantian, the nourishing prana into the 72,000 rivers of energy that run through our bodies. I've been working on a little book of poetry for our Japan trip. So those of you going to Japan, you're getting a little preview. I wanted to share a Roikan poem, a few poems with you today. Like the little stream making its way through the mossy crevices, I too quietly turn clear and transparent. I invite you to be this stream today, making your way through the mossy crevices, quietly, during the practice, turning clear and transparent. One more. I don't tell the murky world to turn pure. I purify myself and check my reflection in the water of the valley brook. Let's breathe for a moment into our own hearts. And just as they are now, with whatever love and joy and grief and hope they contain. Invite the heart dantian to pulsate. And imagine the stream of energy pouring through the heart. If the heart were a place in the world with a stream running through it, where is that place and how do you visualize it for yourself? Let yourself see and hear and smell the surroundings. Look down into this pure water moving through this heart space. See if you can see your reflection in the water. I see you, I feel you, I'm here. The water element correlates with our kidneys, with the season of winter that is now transitioning into spring. If there are trees around you in your landscape, these represent the wood element correlated with your liver, with the season of spring. Can you hold awareness of both these seasons, winter and spring? Winter turning into spring and back into winter and into spring. And notice if these seasonal shifts of the weather impact your emotions. Can you hold yourself inside these seasons lovingly, with care and compassion? Let's invite the practices of water and wood to help us settle deeply into this day, this moment, this season. Let's inhale our hands to our hearts. May we truly be present with our physical bodies, our emotional bodies, our mental bodies, our wisdom bodies, and the Ananda energy that runs through us all, the bliss body, during our practice today. Namaste. Okay, let's come to standing. Let your feet ground beneath you, outer hip distance wide, spreading them open on the floor. Let's let both hands rest over our lower dantian. Your thumbs could rest in your navel. Your hands spread over your belly. Breathing deep into the belly, into your hands. Invite the breath also into your low back and your kidneys. Spread the feet open and roll gently towards your toes. Feel the fronts of your feet, the active toe joints, and then roll back towards your heels, grounding through the central heel. Feel the strength of your back body, and roll forward towards your toes. Feel into what muscles engage, and backwards towards your heels. Feel the inner landscape as you sway gently Like a tree in a spring wind, you bend and you bow. Now let the wind take you in a circle towards your left foot, your heels, your right foot, your toes. And feel the circumference of your feet. And let roots grow down from the feet into the earth and out into a circle around you. Growing out and down. Take the circle the other way. Let your roots come into contact with water. And let the water deep in the earth percolate upward through your bubbling springs point, up through your roots, into your legs and your pelvis, into your whole inner landscape. And opening your hands, palms down, take in the energies of earth and water. Turning your palms up, take in the energies of sky. And let them wash through you like a spring rain. As you exhale, the rain cleansing the body. Take another inhale of earth, moist with spring rain. Turning the palms up, take in today's sky. And exhale, let the spring rains and the sunlight cleanse you. One more time, draw in the energies of earth, the blooming flowers and trees, the energies of sky. And let them wash through you like a gentle, warming spring wind. And pause again in Wu Ji. Remembering this means boundaryless. Let yourself be empty in the sense of holding space. Space for all that is. Aware of your oneness with all beings. Begin to gently twist and let your arms release. And let them flow. Let them wrap gently around your body and come against your body where they will. Don't twist too hard, but invite the twist. Inviting in both the fluidity of water and the strength of the plants growing up from earth. Let your arms go and let the ligaments that connect bone to bone and the tendons that connect muscle to bone, let them get hydrated with movement. Feel for these tissues along your spine opening, hydrating. And let the front hand come up and tap the lung and the back hand come up and tap the kidney as we switch from swinging arms into opening the door of life. Your life. Your choices, your intentions. Today's practice should help us build clarity, strength, poise, and grace, fluidity. Knocking on the door. This one unique life and how we want to live it from today into future moments. Knocking on the door. We awaken the lung and kidney meridians. Ask for the chi to flow through them to revitalize us. And then let your arms swing again and let go even your fingers. relaxing your palms, letting even the little ligaments of your hands open. And then slow the twist. And pause in Wuji. Fluid, three-dimensional breath. Step your feet wide, turning the feet slightly out. Let your knees open into your horse stance. And let your arms lift the platter. Now, we're coming into a new bear form, so some of you may want to keep your arms down like we do, palms up, if your shoulders hurt. But if it's okay to lift the platter, then you lift the platter with your hands. You open your fingers outward. And we exhale and gently twist to the left, not going too far. And inhale to center. And exhale, turning to the right. And we become a bear, turning. Exhaling the twist. Inhaling to center. Exhaling the twist. Inhaling to center. The bear appears as one of our winter creatures because the strong, powerful bear knows in winter to hibernate, to conserve energy. And yet the bear is strong and powerful, grounded. The strength of the bear can help us come into awareness of our intentions. As we exhale the twist and inhale to center. Again, we're also opening the ligaments along the spine and opening the tissue of the front chest, the neck, and the head. Come back to center and pause. Fluid breath. You are the quiet bear in the woods. Still for a moment, listening. Now twist to the left and turn your hands down and press down as if you were pressing on two giant beach balls. And let the hands lift a little, twisting back to center. Twist to the right and press your hands down and lift. We're now a bear turning and pressing, pause towards earth and lift. And we twist. And we exhale down and inhale up, unwinding. And exhale down, bending the legs a little, straightening them a little as we push and release and inhale and push and lift. Exhaling the push, inhaling the rise. Feel into your back body and imagine the twisting and the breath work is helping you clear the kidneys. The kidneys that contain the emotions of fear. We let that move. And then we come back to center and straighten the legs and rest our hands on the lower dantian. Turn our feet in and step outer hip distance wide, knees soft. We breathe into the hands. We breathe into the belly and the low back. Feet wide open on the earth. Let your hands rise up as if they were holding a small ball, left hand over right. And then gently twist and allow your hands to move so that the right hand is over the left and you twist to the right. And then the hands moving around this soft cloud energy, left hand on top, twist to the left, and then we turn the hands, right hand on top, as we twist to the right. Now imagine that your hands are holding clouds. Your fingers and hands are soft around this moist cloud matter. Soft cloud hands. We move the clouds and carry them across the landscape. Fluid breath. Your top hand is the height of your chest. Your lower hand the height of your abdomen. You're not doing it wrong. We just move the clouds softly through space. Calming our energy. Cloud hands are designed to help us release any fight, flight, freeze. We can move calmly with awareness and clarity, even when the unexpected happens. Notice if there's energy in your hands. Soft hands around delicate clouds, gently moving the clouds across the landscape. We come back to center and release the clouds and come into our Wu Ji. Breathe into your inner landscape. Remember the place where you were sitting beside the stream. Walk downstream until you come to the ocean. And turning to the left, begin to push the waves. Stepping your left foot forward, your hands move out and you push the wave forward and then draw the wave back towards shore. Fluid breath, a gentle pushing and pulling of the water. Feel for an ease of movement and a rhythm that your body may know, because you too are 70% water. It would be impossible for us to push the waves of the ocean. And yet the waves of the ocean move with us now. Feel their rhythm and see if you can find effortless effort. Gently pushing and drawing the ocean energy away and back again. Letting go the exhale, taking in the inhale. The breath is like the waves cleansing you. Let any anger, irritation, frustration flow out on the exhales. Draw in qi to support and nourish you for the days to come. Now drawing back in, we'll switch. Right foot forward, we push the waves and pull the waves. We are the waves. We are the moon. We become the tides. We are fluid. Even our ligaments and tendons are fluid. strong like the bear, hydrated from the waters accumulating over winter. Remember, it's our bodily movements that move our lymph inside of us. As we press and pull the waves, we're gently pressing and pulling the waters of our body through tissue. Even the exhale and the inhale help us to move the waters of the body. We don't always have to effort hard for our good health. Try going easy, effortless effort. And then draw back into your Wuji, boundaryless. You are the stream at your heart center, the vast ocean, the aquifers beneath the earth. You are water. Now let's circle the water, stepping a little wider. Let's take the hands. Now we usually do this exercise where we lift the hands to the left and we come down to the right. And if you have spinal issues, you can stay with that. Today, some of you may go a little deeper, holding on to a wheel, circling the flying wheel. You may bring your hands down, knees bending towards the earth, and circle back up. You can do anything in between. Don't go to a place where you're hurting your spine or you feel any twinging in the shoulders. You could, those of you with shoulder issues, be doing this here without working the shoulders so much, but still maybe bending the legs, maybe slightly bending forward. So you find where it's right for your body. Really feel into yourself, nurturing yourself today. Wherever you go, think of moving the chi through your kidneys, your intestines, your liver. This is a cleansing circle. Fluid breath. Think of how you're inviting hydration into your ligaments and your tendons. Caring for this inner landscape. Pause at the top and take the flying circle the other direction. Fluid breath. Knees can bend however much you need them to bend. As we move, we flow, we fly. Fluid breath. Inhaling, we rise. And exhaling, we fold. Inhaling, we rise. Exhaling, we fold. And then we come back into Wuji. We feel into our pulsing energy, into our physical bodies, our mental bodies, our emotional bodies. Into our wisdom body. And we invite our awareness of the Ananda Maya Kosha that is always there, the bliss body. And we let that stream of Ananda flowing through us cleanse us. Feel for the pulsation in your hands. at your heart. Now stepping your feet in. Let's take in these water element exercises. Inhaling. Gather in strength, stability, the willingness to conserve energy of the bear, the fluidity and grace of water. Let these qualities flow into you and fill you. Fluid breath. And as winter leaves, let's now honor spring by opening the gates of the heart, lifting the heart skyward, and then exhaling, bowing forward, knees bend, the backs of the hands face each other as we bow towards earth. The gates close. And then we inhale and open the gates. And at our own pace, exhale, reaching the hips back, the hands forward, backs of hands facing each other. We close the gates and then we open them again. And we pulse the body like the pulsing energy that moves through spring. Pulsing buds open, lifting flowers from the earth. We invite that pulsing energy to help us stretch and open our ligaments, our tendons. We reach the pelvis back, away from the closing gates, stretching the spine, drawing energy into the back body, strengthening the back. Inviting stretch in the back body around the kidneys. Inviting breath in as we pulse all the organs, strengthening our legs and our roots. We come back up. And roots firm in the ground, we bring our arms into a circle around a large tree. Feel into the presence of the tree that you're hugging. Your own roots sinking deep into the earth. Can you relax your shoulders and neck? Let your arms rest around the tree. Fluid breath. Now here we take another spring pulsation and we open the arms and come down into a squat and then lift back up and hug the tree. As we squat, we root the tailbone down into the earth, and as we lift back up, we reach the crown for the sky. And we never go so straight that we hyperextend our knees. We feel for the pulsation, building strength in the lower body, rooting the legs, strengthening the quads. We let the tailbone root down, then we reach the crown skyward, like we're pushing from our roots into the sky. Feel your roots, the strength, the stability of the growing plant. And let yourself come back up, hugging tree. Fluid breath. Now step your feet wide, turn your feet out, come into your horse stance, arms spread wide. Pause here in horse for a few full breaths, building your own strength and steadiness. Feet grounding and wide open. We build steadiness of mind as well as body. Three-dimensional breath. Filling yourself with chi and prana. Now, straightening the legs slightly, let your arms hug the tree and pause. Fluid breath. Let your eyes rest back in their sockets, your head rest back over your rooting tail. Now, arms spread wide. Imagine you're holding a basket and let it twist out to the left and come back to center and twist out to the right and back to center. You're holding a basket of good things that you can share with family and friends. You're making your offering, even to those you may not know. A smile, a kind look. We build Ren in this wood practice, which is our humaneness, our kindness, our capacity for generosity. Come back to center and release your arms, straightening the legs. Step in. Wuji. Fluid breath. Let yourself come again to that place by the stream in your heart. And then picture yourself sitting there next to the stream, and a deer comes into the forest near you. And it steps its left foot forward, and its little deer hooves come out to the right. And they turn into antlers, bringing your middle and ring fingers into the palm across the sky. And the left elbow comes into your side waist as you rock forward onto the left foot and stretch the right side body, looking back behind you. Take a deep inhale and a full exhale. And then when you're ready, inhale. The antlers back up over the sky. Bending into the back leg, turn your antlers into hooves and step the hooves and foot back in. And take your right heel to the right and your hooves to the left. They turn into antlers overhead as you walk forward onto the right foot and bring the right elbow into your waist, stretching the left arm long as you look behind you. You could look as far into the twist as at your back left heel. Don't do that if it doesn't feel good to you. Stay broad and long in the spine. Don't overstretch the ligaments and tendons. And then inhale, back up and around, antlers turning to hooves that step back in. The hooves move to the right, the heel to the left. The hooves become antlers overhead. The left elbow comes into the waistline as you rock forward onto the bent left leg. And stretch the right arm looking back behind you for a breath cycle. And then as you're ready, you inhale, the antlers back overhead, and they become hooves and they step center. And then the right heel goes out, the antlers come up and cross the sky until the right elbow comes into your waistline, rocking onto the right foot. You stretch the left side body as you look back behind you. Poised and pause as a deer. Then we inhale, antlers back overhead, and move with grace back to center. And take the hooves to the right, the heel to the left, and the antlers cross over to the left. Left elbow coming into the waistline. We look back as we rock forward onto the left leg and stretch the right side body and breathe. And then we inhale, back up, the antlers cross the sky, and we step in. One more side, one more time. We take the right heel out, the left antlers up overhead. We rock onto the right leg, right elbow to the waistline. We look back as we stretch through the left side body. And then we bring the antlers back across the sky. They become hooves in front of us. And we pause. And we let go for a moment into Wuji, opening the pores of our skin, inviting the chi and prana, the ananda, to run through us. We were the male deer with large antlers in the forest, and now we lift our female antlers in small round lobes up above our ears. We step the left foot forward, and we bend the right knee, and we put as much as 90% of the weight onto the right leg, building strength and stamina and poise. Breathing fluidly, becoming that still deer. Then we rock gently forward onto the left leg, bringing the right hand to our hip. And then we rock back onto the right leg, lengthening our right arm. We bring it down to the front left hoof. Sorry, left arm. Yeah, left arm to left hoof. Now, some of you may not go all the way down. You may pause. Take a few breaths into stretching the whole back of the left body, the left hamstrings, the calves, the buttock, the hip, the back. And then with strength and poise, root down into your back leg and float the left arm skyward. Let both arms come up and become your antlers. Step in. Let the hands release into your hooves. And then step the right foot forward. The antlers come up, and there's small orbs above your ears. Soft fists. Standing strong on the back left leg, we build balance in this pose. We practice the poise, the strength, and the stamina of the deer. In Qigong, the deer is strong spirit, clear sight. We breathe into our own strong spirit and clear sight. And then rock forward onto the right foot, bringing the left hand to our hip. We rock back again onto the left foot, stretching the right arm forward and bowing down towards the right hoof. We breathe into the stretch. Fluid breath. Honoring our ligaments and tendons as we stretch and breathe, never coming to the point where we're over-efforting. And even in Qigong, we can use our inner core awareness as we exhale and float back up. Both antlers coming above head as we step in and release our antlers into hooves. Relaxing into Wuji. Fluid breath. Let your head rest back, your eyes rest back. How much can you soften? Let your index fingers point towards the earth. Thumbs coming in contact with the other fingers. Let the hands shake and the knees bounce. Invite the tension in your body to go. Feel your feet rooted on earth as the body bounces and shakes. It's a little spring rain squall. Let go of the tension. Let it flow out. The irritation, the frustration, the anger. Wood element is the emotional energy of anger. But in Qigong, there are two kinds of anger. One of them is the useless anger that blows up and doesn't help us in any way. One of them is the anger that helps us create justice in the world, move forward towards what we believe is right. That anger in Qigong is believed to be worth cultivating. Relax your arms. Breathe deep into the body. And step outer hip distance wide. Bring your hands, fingers wrapped around thumbs, to your hips. Draw open your heart and let your gaze become stable on something in front of you. Think of some justice you want to really support in the world, in your family, in your life. And then exhale, punch out with one arm, and inhale, draw that arm back in, and exhale the next arm and inhale. Let the breath punch out with the hand. Draw the hands back in. Take a deep inhale. Release into your Wuji. Healthy anger. It's an interesting concept in my mind and heart. Healthy anger. Lean back into your heels, root your tail, lift the base of your skull, and breathe into your body. Let the emotions move. And then wrap your fingers around your thumbs again and step into your horse stance. Breathe into your heart center. And on your next inhale, draw your right elbow back, pressing the left palm forward. Circle the pinky ring and middle fingers into your palms and let your gaze rest out over the index finger. Pause in stillness. Strong, steady gaze. Let the bear energy fill your intentions. Breathe deep into your kidneys. Cleanse the exhale through your liver. And draw your hands back to midline, hands back to back. Draw the right arm open, left elbow back, and circle pinky ring and middle fingers into the palm. Rest the collar open and feel the strength of your roots. Let your wood element tree ground you. Let the crown lengthen skyward. Fill the circumference of your torso with breath. Strong, steady gaze towards your heartfelt intentions. And then release your arms and lengthen the legs and step your feet back in. Wuji. Let your arms lift to circle the trunk of the tree. Feel into the tree's roots beneath your feet. Feel into the tree's crown far above your head. Let your own roots grow down and your crown lengthen skyward. Draw energy up from earth. Draw in your awareness of the creatures of the woods. Let your arms release. Pause in a relaxed standing meditation. Offer the breath to your kidneys, to your liver, to your adrenal glands that sit on top of your kidneys. Relax your hands. Let your hands come up and rest on your heart and your chin bow down towards the heart. Let yourself come back to that stream, that beautiful landscape in your heart center. And gently step your legs wide again. Turn your right foot out, take your left heel back, and open into star pose, palms forward. Let yourself radiate out from the lower dantian and the heart dantian, down into your roots and out into the sky. And bend your left knee out over the ankle. Turning the palms down, let them rest on water, Virabhadrasana 2. Fluid breath. We again come now into yoga postures with the Qigong helping us to remember to pulse the body and move the lymph. We release the right hand to the back leg, lift the left palm, open across the collar. Fluid breath. Dancing warrior, let your heart lift skyward. Let your dreams, your imagination be filled with the breath. And then exhale, left hand to femur, right arm alongside the ear. Stretch wide open your Parsvakonasana. Let this be about creating space from the lower dantian out, out. Stretch each limb. And then bow the heart towards earth and lift the heart towards the heavens. And if you'd like to come to your forearm, do. Pulsating the body, we stretch the ligaments and the tendons. We invite them to hydrate. We build stability and fluidity in this spring season. We let our dreams for this coming summer take root and open our hearts towards the sky and create a rainbow. I saw a beautiful rainbow yesterday after walking in the rain. Fluid breath. Become the rainbow. And then exhale, float back up, dancing warrior. And float back down, Parsvakonasana. Let the body pulsate with your center strong and grounded. The spine can be fluid. Come back up and one more time, grow from your roots out into your dreams, your own imagination and intentions. Let the breath stretch the heart open. And straightening the left leg, turn it in and turn the right leg out and bend the right knee. Turn the palms forward for a moment and press into someone's hands in front of you. Draw the head of the arm bone back. Turn your palms down and look out over your right fingertips. Let your right hand rest like it's resting on the clouds we were turning earlier. Let the left arm rest behind you. Fluid breath. Rooting to rise. Let your left fingers release to the back leg. Right arm lifting skyward, like you're throwing the clouds gently overhead. Breathe into the pose and realign it so you find the most ease possible inside the work. Effortless effort. It might take continual fine-tuning. And then the right hand comes to the femur, left arm alongside the ear, and we stretch, really stretch even the right side body. Lift the pelvic floor, lengthen the sleeve of muscles around the spine, and float back into your dancing warrior, longer in the back bend. And float forward and lengthen and pulse heart towards the earth and heart towards the heavens. We are conduits of energy between earth and sky, growing like everything else in spring. Fluid breath. In what ways do you want your mind and heart and spirit to grow? Maybe you come to your forearm, maybe not. Fluid breath. Can we grow in our capacity to take care of ourselves this year? Coming up, let the top rainbow, arm rainbow over. Breathe into the rainbow. Feel into the rainbow. And float back up into your dancing warrior and pause, finding ease, rooting to rise. And release. Stepping back into mountain pose. Let's rock step. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Let's begin with the right foot forward. I'm going to do that then. Okay. And let your arms lift as you come into your balance. And exhale, bring the right hand around towards the left hip. And then inhale, center, and exhale, left hand around to right. And inhale, and exhale. We come back again into twisting action, gently wringing out the organs, inviting fluid to flow through them, to flow through cells and tissue. Compressing and releasing gently. Come back to center. Bring your hands beside your hips, palms forward, and broaden across the collarbones. Root the tailbone back towards the back leg heel and lift through the pelvic floor. Draw energy up, pubic bone to navel. Lift the heart. Stretch the front chest open and invite the breath into the heart center. Root evenly from the pelvis into both feet and then exhale. Bow forward into your Parsvottanasana. Long sleeve of the spine. Stretch out of the pelvis. And then release the arms and lift skyward. Standing star, Parsvottanasana. And exhale, hands to the heart. We bow forward, Parsvottanasana. Our legs rooted. We may come a little farther forward, stretching our hamstrings. Do what is okay in your body as you inhale and lengthen. Exhale, hands to the heart, humbly bowing forward from a hinge at the hip, not a cat curl of the low spine. We inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Feet together, hands at the heart. Visualizing the beautiful stream moving through the place we've created at the heart center. Next foot forward, we rock step. And we ground our feet. And we inhale, float our arms into wings and bring the left hand towards the right hip, right hand around the back. And then we inhale and open. And exhale, twist the other way. Keep your breath pulsing along with your body. Fluid movement. It doesn't have to be full and intense to be a bit of a stretch. So as you twist towards the front leg, ask yourself how far feels right. Really pay attention. Notice as you twist towards the front leg, do you drop into the back foot arch? If you do, rearrange the foot a little bit. Support the back arch so you don't injure the back knee. Come back to center. Hands forward, breathe into the open heart. Rooting the tailbone towards the back heel, lengthen the sleeve of your spine. See if you can rest your head back slightly. Lift the heart and breathe into the heart, stretching the tissue around the sternum and up into the neck. Open. Opening your heart towards spring, towards the beauty, towards your own clarity. Exhale. Let yourself bow forward into Parsvottanasana. Keep the neck long, the back of the neck. Don't jut the chin forward. And as you're ready, you'll inhale and lift back up towards the sky. Exhaling, hands through the heart to slowly bow. Slow your breath so you can be in each position a moment. Move at your own pace, bowing and lifting with your breath in a way that feels good for your unique body. Keep your roots strong from the center pelvis so that you have fluidity in the upper body. Beautiful. Really nice fluid movement, Jane. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Step your feet wide and release your hands. Fluid breath. Notice any shifts that have been happening in the body. Creating clarity inside body, mind, and heart together, I think, means we have to build an opening to the heart and a strength to the back body that we can rely on. So let's come for a moment to your wall and let yourself rest your back against your wall, your arms broad across the shoulder girdle. Now, as you rest the head of the arm bones back, you're not overly forcing them back. They may not come to the wall. The head may not either. It's okay, but we are lengthening, unfurling the spine. So again, imagine your tree. Root down into your feet. Take a deep inhale. Exhale through your straw and lengthen the sleeve of the spine. Draw in the banks of your river. Grow taller. Now, for your next few inhales, breathe directly into your heart center and imagine it expanding and stretching any tissue that needs to be open there. Fluid breath. Make sure you're not hyperextending your knees in effort. Root from your pelvis into your feet. Pubic bone and tailbone level. Now glide onto one foot and lift to the opposite toe. You can stay here. This is going to work that same poise, balance, and strength we were working on in the deer forms in Qigong. Perhaps you lift your knee. Keep breathing into that heart center, into clarity of mind at the third eye. Perhaps you lengthen the lifted leg. And release. Rock to the other foot, lift to the next toe. Draw in the banks of your river. Lift through the pelvic floor. Breathe into the heart. And perhaps on the next inhale or exhale, you lift your knee. Hug in towards center line and root to rise. Perhaps lift the long leg. Hug in towards midline with the hips. And exhale, release the foot to the ground. Pause, centered. From the pelvis, root down, and inhale, length up the sleeve of the spine. Let your crown grow skyward as you root from the hips down. Now bring your feet back to your wall and your fingernails back towards the wall. But as you do, notice if the head of the arm bone pops way forward. Instead of touching the fingers to the wall, first spread across the collarbones. Draw the heads of the arm bones back, and without flaring the ribs, lift the heart. Bring your fingernails back and your heart forward. Perhaps your buttocks leaves the wall. Strong shoulder blades on the back body. Breathe up from your roots into the heart center. Up from your roots into the clarity of your third eye. A root to rise. And release. Turn yourself around and reach your fingers high on the wall. Lift your heels off the floor and slowly lower them down. Lower them down and let your hands come to the wall. And maybe you just float back a little ways and lift your foot behind you, staying in a nice, long, strong line. Some of you will be able to bring your torso towards parallel with the floor. Wherever you are, you have a strong sleeve around the spine as you float the leg up. Some of you may come to fingertips. Some of you may remove the hands from the wall. Fluid breath. Feel into your roots, lengthen the spine, and step in. Hands shoulder height, isometrically draw the hands down. Root the tailbone, lift the low back ribs, and roll your upper spine over your bolster. Lift the heart. Rooting to rise. Let the heart grow skyward now. Let the roots grow down from your heart. Release back to Tadasana. Lift your hands towards the sky. Come on to the balls of your feet and slowly lower your heels. Lengthen the torso, the space between your low ribs and your pelvis. Maintaining that walk back into your chosen position for Virabhadrasana 3. And as you're ready, lift your leg. Draw energy in through the pelvic floor, lengthen the sleeve of your spine. Perhaps your hands lift off the wall. Fluid breath, finding length through your torso, strength in the body. Feel into that stability of the bear, the strength, the fluidity of water with your breath. And stabilize and release the leg, unhinge, walk into the wall for one more cobra. Fingertips at shoulder height, align like you're in Tadasana. So don't drop the hips forward towards the wall or away. Then root the tailbone, lift your latitudes, the navel, the low rib ring, the chest, the collar, the chin, the eye mask, and then curl over the bolster, lifting your heart. You can isometrically draw down with your hands to lift the heart skyward. Lengthen your side bodies, open the chest. Really ground the tailbone. Don't let those front ribs flare. I'm watching you. Fluid breath. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Come back into your mountain pose on your mat. And let yourself stand for a moment. Let yourself be one tree in the forest, on the mountain. Open your feet. Ground down into earth. Let this mountain become one with the other landscapes in your life, until you find yourself again sitting beside the stream inside your heart. As the practice helped to cleanse you. Let's breathe in acknowledgement to our organs, to the kidneys, to the liver, to the gallbladder and pancreas, the stomach, the intestines, the adrenal glands. Breathe into the spleen. The lungs, the heart. Can we honor these parts of our inner landscape today? Now feel into your physical body and your positioning. And like you're creating balance by stacking blocks gently, one on top of the other, stack your bones so that muscles can rest. So that breath, chi, and prana can move easily through you. Where could you still release tension and stand? Beautiful. Okay. Let's reach for our chair and our bolster before we come down for our final restorative. Let's do a seated back bend. If you don't have a bolster, you can bring in a foam roller or a rolled up yoga mat or a gurney ball. Let it sit behind you. If you don't have a bolster, I recommend one. Open across your chest. Let the heads of your arm bones release back to hug the bolster, and let your wings unfurl. Rooting your tailbone, draw energy up through the pelvic floor and lengthen the sleeve of your spine. So there's a little work here before full relaxation. As you're lengthening the sleeve of your spine, draw energy up from your roots at your feet and your seat into the heart center. Invite expansion at the chest. Fill the heart with prana. On the exhale, let it circulate out to each and every cell of your body. A gift of life force energy. Then let your arms just dangle to the sides. The shoulders release, the neck lengthen. And then gently sit forwards. Rooting your sit bones, feel into the diamond of your pelvic floor. Rooting the pelvis, lift the crown. Lengthen skyward. Now begin to turn your head to look out over your right shoulder. And let your head turn and your shoulder can follow. And you can bring your hands across your lap and release one hand back and open. And breathe into a gentle twist, inviting the tissue to stretch. And then exhale and slowly unwind towards center. Begin to twist to the left, releasing the left arm back. Bring the right hand across. Breathe into the chest. Lift the heart away from the navel, away from the pelvis. And breathe space between the vertebrae of the neck. And exhale back to center. When we honor the wood element of spring, we honor the ligaments, the tendons, and the liver. Bring your bolster around front and let it lay for a moment across your lap. If you don't have a bolster, you could use a folded blanket or two. Bring your belly right up against the bolster. Let your forearms rest on the bolster and gently lean into it. Breathe into the belly. Breathe into the low back. Now let the energy expand in your abdomen. Feel for movement inside the abdomen against the pressure of the bolster. Feel for tissue stretching and opening. Invite the contents of your intestines to move. Invite the breath to move the lymph, to move the water inside the organs. And then release back to sitting. Come up off your chair and take the chair to the end of your mat. Bring your bolster in to the side of your chair so that you can pull it in underneath you for waterfall pose. And let your legs come up onto the chair. If you'd prefer a different restorative, by all means, take that. I'm bringing us into waterfall because we spent a lot of time on our feet in this class. Pretty much the whole class upright. So we're reversing the hug of gravity on the flow of the waters of our body. This can also help us release stuck tension in ligaments and tendons that are used to holding and bracing for you to stand. So those of you who are working out in other ways, this may help you let go of tension you're accumulating from that work. Fluid breath. I've been raking pine needles, doing a little weed whacking, carrying wood. That's what I'm releasing from. Fluid breath. The beauty of these elements in Qigong is they all feed and put restraint on each other. Wood feeds fire. Fire melts metal. Water puts out fire. Let the earth support you. See how deeply you can relax now. Breathe into your own clarity of heart, mind, and spirit. Clarity of heart, mind, and spirit. Let yourself once again reside by the stream in the landscape of your heart. See the deer and the bear. Hear the movement of water. Feel the growth of the plants in springtime. Hear the songs of the birds. I would love to be able to keep us here in the Shavasana for another 10 or 15 minutes. So if any of you would like to stay here, please do. If you'd like to, or you have some place to be after class, let yourself begin to stretch and move gently. Think of the steadiness, the groundedness of the bear, and the fluid poise of the deer. Feel where the steadiness of wood supports you and the fluidity of water allows you to flow from position to position. And as you're ready, gently bring yourselves back up to your seat. One more time, Roykan says, I don't tell the murky world to turn pure. I purify myself and check my reflection in the water of the valley brook. And like the little stream making its way through the mossy crevices, I, too, quietly turn clear and transparent. Let's inhale our hands to our hearts. May these practices support us, revitalize us, help us to feel clear, pure and open-hearted. Namaste. Thank you.